Hello and welcome to The Chaos of Scale, the podcast dedicated to helping scaling businesses navigate the human side of growth. I'm your host, Andy Golding, and today we're talking about cancelling noise intentionally. Notifications, banners, pings, recurring meetings, legacy processes, they're all adding noise to an already clanging environment. And we're going to look at how we can cancel some of that noise to create space for focus, deep work, and just a little bit of breathing room. As always, I promise to leave you with at least one thing to think differently about in how you work with others, and at least one actionable step to help you show up as a rad, or even more rad, human at work. You know the drill. Please like, subscribe, share, and for some extra kudos and gratitude, please leave a review. When do you do your best work? I'll bet it's not when you have notifications pinging, banners flying across your screen, and 15 minutes in between meetings of focus time. The world is noisy, and the research shows that we're processing well over 50 gigabytes of data per day. And you're probably about to go into that weekly check-in. But you also need your deep focus time and undistracted brain power to do the deep thinking required to get your job done. And to do this, you have to learn to cancel noise relentlessly. Here's a potentially hot take. I decline recurring meetings, and my Slack, my Teams, my email don't have banners, don't have notifications, there's no sounds. If a new message comes in, I won't know about it until I go and check. There's also significant research that suggests that it takes more than 20 minutes to refocus after a distraction. So you're doing the deep work, you're in the zone, bing, a message comes in, a banner flies across your screen, there goes your focus. It's going to take you at least 20 minutes to refocus after that. That's a lot of focus time. But that 20 minutes assumes that you were focused at all in the first place. My hypothesis is that so many of us spend most of our day in the state of fractured focus. We're constantly bouncing between messages, pings, emails, banners flying across our screens, and the work that we're trying to accomplish is so compromised because of it, because we can't give our full brain power to it. We need to be able to focus, to go deep, to accomplish the quality work that is needed from us in a busy scale-up. Because in a busy scale-up where the list of deliverables is endless, the faster that we can get high quality work done, the better. But that constant distraction doesn't just slow us down, it drags the quality of our work down too. The work that you deliver from a place of flow versus the work that you deliver from a place of fractured focus are completely different. And that is why we need to learn how to cancel noise intentionally, how to give us the space for that work in focus, in flow, deliver high quality work, get it done. Low quality work keeps looping back. It's never quite done. We never quite write it off. So if we can create that space to focus and get it done up front, we can move past it, move it away, focus fully on the next thing rather than keeping these open loops of half-done work or low-quality work. Teams and Slack are both very customizable, but a lot of people either don't know this or don't take the time to customize these applications. You can set times and permissions for notifications on all devices, and email is the same. I have not had notifications on from these apps for years. And guess what? Nothing has burned down yet, despite me not replying immediately. My teams always know that if it is urgent and you need me, phone me. If you phone me and tell me the house is on fire, I will drop everything to help you put out the fire. And in the last 7 years, I have had one phone call and it was urgent, and I dropped everything and we fixed it. But by cancelling the noise, I create space for myself to think without this intrusive of work life that's constantly going on. I own my own consumption. I check my emails when it works for me. I check my Slack or my Teams when it works for me. And everything still gets done on time and at a high quality. I'm also not compromising my sanity in the process. And this can feel extremely renegade. We're in busy scale-ups. Everybody needs something from everyone at all times, and it's generally always time sensitive. But I also like to remind myself that the people that I work with are smart and capable, and that if it really is urgent, they'll either call me and we'll solve it together, or they'll figure it out on their own because they're smart and capable. And if it's not urgent, I will respond to them when I can pause for quality and give them the high quality response that they deserve to help them move to done faster. Because if I'm just trying to rush to respond to every single message, I'm also not pausing for quality. So replying fast and just getting an answer out doesn't necessarily give them what they need. We spoke about this in episode 1, pause for quality. By responding when it works for me, we actually all benefit because you're getting better answers and better information from me. That's a lot about managing noise, notifications, and application noise. But what about meeting noise and calendar noise? At a job that I had where I owned organizational design and operational efficiency, I did an exercise where I calculated how much time the average employee was spending in recurring meetings, weekly meetings, bi-weekly meetings, monthlies, etc. And the answer was 1 week per quarter. Every single one of us was losing a full week of work just to meetings. We were all so caught up with so much calendar clutter, mostly just in meetings for the sake of meetings. And we're not wrong for defaulting to thinking that repeat meetings will help us move forward because we think that they'll hold us accountable and keep us doing the work, but it actually seldom translates that way. We often end up filling the time in these recurring meetings with wasted air when we could have used that 30 to 60 minutes of focus time to actually focus and move things forward. And obviously this doesn't apply to all meetings. Some meetings really are necessary, but what would happen if you radicalized and deleted all the repeat meetings from your calendar? Which ones would you not even miss? And which ones might you actually need? Remember, you stand to gain a week per quarter back by culling diary clutter. These meetings that clog your calendar, they make focused work nigh impossible because you simply don't have time to let your brain go deep and get fully focused on and enveloped by a task. I decline repeat meetings because 1, they clutter my calendar unnecessarily, and 2, because people also tend to start thinking, oh, we'll discuss that in our next weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, instead of getting in touch now and resolving it now, moving it forward now. We often kind of think, oh, I'll just hang on to this until we chat. So we have this open loop, and then we have another open loop and another open loop. Instead of firing off a quick message or picking up the phone or sending an email being like, let's discuss this now, solve it, move past it. I have had clients and partners try set up recurring meetings, and I tell them openly and honestly, look, I generally don't accept recurring meetings because I don't think that they are what's going to help us do amazing work together. I suggest we schedule our next conversation when we have a solid agenda and action items for discussion. It'll free up time for all of us to do great work in the interim, and why don't we give that a shot? Now, inevitably, when I say that to people, it gets a raised eyebrow or two. But when we try it, it works. When I have something that I really need to discuss with you, I'll set up a meeting. But in the meantime, I'm not going to clog my calendar with unnecessary time sucks. I'm going to focus on actually doing amazing work. And generally, that works out absolutely fine. I've never lost a client because of this. They come to me looking for quality work, and I honor what I need in order to deliver that quality to you. It's simple, because meetings are not actually work time, they're discussion time. And if my calendar is filled with discussion time, when do I actually have work time? So this is why I cancel recurring meetings intentionally. All of that application noise and calendar clutter is getting in between you, your team, and kick-ass performance. But you can do something about it. You just need to choose to be intentional and make the change. Your action item from today, I'm going to ask you to try 2 experiments. Take a look at the settings on your applications. If you're getting constant pings and banners and notifications, try an experiment and change your settings. And for the first week, just see what happens. How does it feel to not be getting these notifications? Is your brain constantly in like this fight or flight mode of, oh, I need to check? That's fine. It's totally normal. Try it again for week 2 and see what happens when that stimulus of ping, ping, ping is not actually coming anymore. What happens to your ability to focus and really go deep into work? And the second experiment is take a look at your calendar. What recurring meetings live in your calendar just because that's the way you've always done things? And what would happen if you got rid of them? How can you declutter your calendar to free up space? It might feel quite crazy and extremely bold, but give it a try. I promise that choosing to cancel noise intentionally is going to be a game changer for you, for your focus, and for your sanity. Thank you for joining us today. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with a colleague who could also benefit from canceling noise intentionally. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and review wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Andy Golding. This is the Chaos of Scale. And remember, business growth is messy, but the human side doesn't have to be. Until next time.